Hey guys, Daily Options Guru here, Think Tank Trading. Thanks for joining my live watch list. Little sideways action in the market today. Nothing really crazy going on. SPY and Dow Jones kind of curled up at the end of the day, but most of the day just kind of low volume. Most things just kind of traded sideways. So for short options plays, those aren't the most ideal environments. You do want that volatility if you're getting into a short options trade. But shout out to Kindred and Chase in our room. They crushed on every options day trade today. Me and Emily are officially green on almost every single one of our positions as well. Everything looks pretty solid right now. So today, just going to go over a few that I'm looking at the technicals on these things, and they look like they could be a potential breakout play. So the first one on the list is Dish Network. Looking at the chart on this, you guys can clearly see that this thing just kept getting rejected time and time again. And I was waiting for this. The RSI looked strong. We had a MACD crossover. I was just waiting to get beyond this point, and you've seen that we have a small gap to fill. I know that doesn't seem significant, but a lot of these stocks with low implied volatility, it does not take a huge dollar move to have significant returns on some of these stocks. So I'm going to show you guys a couple things in the options chain as well. And I'm going to jump over to the Discord for a second and show you guys the play before this even happened. So jumping over here early in the morning, you guys seen that it was one of my first watches today, Dish potential breakout. And I do want to show you the news, why I thought that it could push back over those levels. So stand by. So jumping over to tip ring so you guys can see early on, we've seen Dish Network and American Tower have entered a master lease agreement, another step in Dish's move towards becoming a fourth national wireless carrier. All right. They also had some news in regards to DraftKings 1 million bracket challenge, and they've just been dropping news over the last few days, being right at that break point. I felt that this thing had a good shot to push, farther than it has in some time. And there's a lot of stocks, especially value stocks lately, that have done just that. All right, so jumping back over to the chart, you guys can see now that it is clearing this resistance level. The first price target on this is just going to be right at $40. If we can break through this, look for it to push towards $41 and potentially $42. And I know that doesn't seem significant, but if you look at this options chain, I know this is a real wide spread, so some of these numbers won't actually be indicative of what it is, but a very small move today, and it still went up 95% on the option. So if you get a $2 move on this, you better believe this thing is going to go 200% for a day trade. And I'm going to show you the same thing on the next stock, and that's why I'm going to show you guys is Under Armour. Okay, I've been bringing this one up for weeks now. I've been showing you guys the long-term trend on this thing. Okay, you look at Under Armour, and this thing was $52.95. Sold off for a long time and hit extreme lows from COVID last year at $6.37. I showed you guys the article with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, got a face mask deal with them, and they've had some other big news in the last few weeks. And the level that it was currently at was a really, really key level, because once it lost this 24.55, this thing came down in a hurry, and it's never been able to reclaim this. You guys can see that it's tested many times, and it got rejected at this level every single time. So after all this time, it's finally breaking this resistance as we speak right now. So I'm going to jump over to the daily and show you guys. We do have a small gap to fill here. So look for Under Armour to push towards 21.34, 21.72, and if we can break through this level, maybe 23.45, and even go towards that 24.55. Okay, I'm gonna jump over to the options chain on this as well, and I want to see look how much of a percentage gain this was today. And this does have a tighter spread, as you can see, 50 to 55, 80 to 90, not the tightest, but still pretty solid. And the options just today went 88 to 140%. Very small move, but like I said, stocks that have low implied volatility, that don't have a history of making big moves like that, these things make real big options moves just for a day trade. So Under Armour is going to be back on watch for tomorrow for a potential day trade. All right, so the third one on watch today is going to be ticker symbol RAPT. This is RAPT Therapeutics. If you guys remember this from the past, me and Emily played this one all year. This one gets news, trends really heavy, hit a high of 41.86. I remember last year, got bad news, fell all the way down to, let's see, 14.63, all right? It tried to trend up and fill this gap. It was initially rejected here. And right now we're trending up in that direction again. It looks like it's going to go up and test again. If we can break this 25.83, look for this to gap up at least towards near $30, okay? It will have some resistance on the way up there, but this also has some news coming soon as well, which makes me think that this has a pretty good shot to go up and try and test. We do have a MACD cross on the daily as well. And the RSI has just been almost straight up since it's been from this oversold range. We do have some buyers in here. So I'm going to jump over and show you some quick news on this to back up why we think that this may potentially break out. All right, so the first bit of news, as you guys can see, RAPT Therapeutics receives rating update from top analyst, all right? And he gave this thing a price target of $32, and that's the same thing over here on Tip Ranks. So, you know, a $32 price target, and right now we're sitting at $22.71. This guy has a long history of being right on these things. This thing does have more news in the pipeline. I'm going to jump over to my FDA Catalyst calendar real quick and show you guys some news that they got coming as well. Looking at the biopharmcatalyst.com, this is how I get my tickers that I like to see that has some upcoming news. I try to pair a solid chart pattern with an upcoming catalyst and with market sentiment. If you can tie these three things together, typically you can have a very successful trade. We've done over 50 of them over the last few months, and almost every single one of them have hit our PT. So you see HC Wainwright today, PT of 30, had a prior PT of $42, so still significantly up from where we're at right now. And, you know, news on these biotech companies can drop at any time, guys. You see all the news from our play for Merck, you know, with Johnson & Johnson. They got so many different acquisitions within the last few weeks. They have dividends. They have earnings coming up. They have 2 FDA approvals coming up. So, you know, our ADPT on that is still looking very strong. So I told somebody I would jump over and show you guys where we're standing on this play right now. So looking at Merck and Company, here was my overall view on this. As you guys can see, you know, this thing was hitting north of $90 right here at its highs, especially around its dividends dates, all right? This thing just had dividends again. It typically bounces at the lower end of this channel. It did kind of lose some of its support there, but if you guys noticed on that Friday, you can look up any stock and it essentially lost support that Friday morning. It was a broad market sell-off. So right now, we do got some buying volume in there. We have a MACD cross. RSI is pushing straight up as well. And right now it looks pretty strong. Jumping over on the 1 hour. And this is the most important part to me, okay? Because once we lost this support right here, as you can see, it kept trying to reclaim its previous support level, and it got rejected every single time. But this last push, we did break through, and it held its support level. So it's very important that we held this level, because now we're pushing towards this next level, and this next level is going to be towards $79. So it's essentially going to be our first price target on this. We only wanted this to go to 80. If it ends up going to 85 or potentially 87, I think at the end of the year this could be north of $90 to $95, no problem. This is a solid company. They got a lot of things going on with it, and right now it's just right on track with what we expect to happen. So definitely stay in this play, guys. Diamond hands on this one. I'm going to sell it for a minimum of 100% gain, and I hope that you do as well. All right, so the last ticker of the night is going to be ticker symbol CIDM. We're switching it up a little bit. This one is going to be a penny stock. Now, I was hoping this one would get a little lower for us. I personally like this company a lot. I've seen all the moves they've been making in the last few weeks. I'm going to share a few of those things with you guys. This thing was 25 cents. As you all know, last year this thing ran all the way up to $6. It sold off with all of penny stocks in September, November, and it just had a recent run up. We were in on this run as well, and I was hoping to catch it a little lower and around these support levels and swing trade it again. But with all the news that's coming out on this, I just don't think that we're going to get this 61-cent entry. I think that right here at $1.11 or $1.20 is about as low as this thing's going to get for right now. I do think that this stock is going to push and keep breaking levels down and go towards this 233 range. Long-term price target on this, guys, is north of $3 at $3.50 for me. This is an easy 100% swing trade if you were to hold it long enough. Just understand, with all penny stocks, these things are extremely volatile. They can lose 10-15% in a day. So if you can't handle volatility like that, and you don't like to average down and wait for a catalyst to come, this may not be the trade for you. But I do want to show you some recent news and let you know what this company does and see if this is something that you guys would want to trade. All right, so jumping over to Tip Ranks, you see this thing has a price target of $3 and $3.50, right around where mine is as well. This is 21 days ago. Jumping over to the news, you can see CIDM pays down $3.5 million to mature their loan. They're trying to get rid of some debt, but furthermore, I want to show you guys CIDM to acquire Foundation TV. Okay, we do have some other news as well. As you can see, 11 CIDM streaming services are now available on TCL channel, TCL Smart TV streaming service. This is one of the more popular broad TVs here in the United States. So you can see they just keep making moves and they keep making different acquisitions, and they're just trying to broaden their base. They got a deal to have CIDM India here coming soon, and they just keep adding to their arsenal. All right. So quickly, I'm going to jump over to the website and I want to show you what kind of partners this company has and who they actually work with. So here at Cinedigm.com, you guys can see the different types of movies and cartoons and things that they have. And the most important thing for me, though, guys, is I want to show you the affiliates that they have. They're obviously not A-grade movies straight to the movie theaters and everything like that, but you see all the different deals with Netflix original series and the way that COVID-19 has changed the way that we do movie production and things like that. This company is in a real niche field to be able to just keep expanding. All right, so jumping over to CIDM partners, all right? Comcast, DirecTV, Google, Hulu, iTunes, Netflix, Prime Video, Showtime, Stars, Vudu, Amazon, Best Buy, Redbox, Target, and Walmart, Paramount, among many others, all right? The list goes on and on and on. Billion-dollar companies, and that's not to say that, they may not have a minor role in it, but I will tell you this, as they just keep planting seeds in more and more places, and they keep acquiring companies. And for this thing to be, under $2 for what it has to grow, it's a no-brainer for me to snag some of these long-term and not necessarily worry about small volatile dips in this company. I'm going to stick long with this one. I personally like the company. If I were you, I would just look into it a little more and see if it's for you guys. So lastly, looking at the chart, I'm going to be looking for a 120 entry. If you guys want to be really safe, you can set a stop loss just underneath of that, maybe at $1 or $1.10, and see if it does go lower. The market is at all-time high in two different areas, so some pullback could be possible. We do have the witching coming next week, so we will see some increased volatility for that final hour of the day when all the options closes across the different sectors. So we'll just have to see. But anyways, that's the ones we're watching for tonight. We'll post the rest of our watch list in the Discord in the morning. For all the new people watching this video, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just someone who trades full-time and loves teaching and loves investing and just loves this world in general. So do your own due diligence on this research. I'm just helping channel some information to you, okay? Please do like and subscribe to the channel. Me and Emily are diligently working on trying to make the channel better. If you guys do have any suggestions or want me to chart some stocks for you, please drop it in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to do that for any stock that you guys would want me to look up. Okay, so thank you all. You guys have a great night, and we'll see you at open tomorrow.